Good morning, friends. This is me, Dr. Devashish, again with you. Life, as they say, sometimes can give you a bag of lemons. And I firmly believe that if life treats you with a bag of lemons, you must, as soon as possible, and the wisest thing for you to do is to learn how to make the best lemonade out of it and drink that lemonade to keep yourself well hydrated and, fighting fit and agile to deal with the life and its very many surprises and unprecedented unanticipated moments that life constantly keeps bringing to you as a day-to-day occurrence. I've been penning down my thoughts or expressing myself through video clips for the last couple of days and have had the privilege of interacting with a vast cross section of people from all walks of life, from so many different countries and regions of the world. And the opinions and the suggestions and the feelings expressed have really done a huge amount of thought processing and self introspection. And I feel that I am coming out as a much more evolved and a much more mature and kind of a more confident person in my disposition. One thing, the borderline or the bottom line of all these conclusive thoughts at the end of the day has been the ability to think beyond the ordinary, as they say, to think out of the box and realize that we do not have a one selected, preordained, or predetermined role in our lives. Each one of us is a professional in a particular direction who has sought expertise, training, and skills and and knowledge development for that particular discipline. And today we stand wherever we are in whichever part of the world, trying to attempt to do the task that we have prepared ourselves to perform in the best way possible. However, human society and human life doesn't really revolve around unipolar personalities with unique or singular objectives, perspectives, and abilities in life. There are so many scenarios, so many cross sectional phases, there are so many migratory situations in life where we have to, or rather, we are called upon to perform so many different things, so many different acts, so many different processes to help not only ourselves but to people near and far in our surrounding or even way beyond. The coronavirus pandemic and the confinement that it has imposed upon each and everyone in this world is one such eye opener, is one such moment of time when we have been condemned, provoked, or poked pretty rudely, I would say, or rather, joltingly, to think that each one of us cannot just merely function as a doctor or an engineer or an administrator or a accountant or a lawyer, and we have to multitask. There are a lot of people who would say that when in a process of multitasking, you would lose the intensity of your focus in your designated and desired arena of activity, but I beg to differ. Due apologies to those whose sentiments I hurt by making this sentiment, but I've realized that this is a time, this is a moment of time when we are, naturally and I think involuntarily stepping up to the situation and doing so many things. I can only give some examples about me. All my life, I had a passion, and one of my, you could say, lesser cultivated hobbies was cooking. But these last 4 to 5 weeks have really set me up, and I think I have learned to cook pretty decently, and I can put a decent array of dishes on the dinner table for my family and my friends. to enjoy, and I think that's a big achievement. Similarly, I was aware of my ability to speak, ability to communicate, and kind of moderate capability in adequate oration. I don't know, the probably the indigenous intrinsic fear that I and the concern that I have been experiencing during this corona pandemic lockdown provoked me to speak my heart out. As I've started speaking, as I've started recording these videos, I also realized a very simple thing, that talking to the world doesn't require any adequate preparation or attiring yourself in a Armani or a Gucci suit, or really, rehearsing your script or text a dozen times before the mirror before you, stand in front of the mic. I think we need to develop the clarity of the thought and the confidence of our belief and convictions to speak our mind and heart out. The world responds, the humanity responds, and and each and everyone would resonate, oscillate, and would integrate with your true, honest, plain, unadulterated, unmanipulated, and clear crystal thoughts. Because if I am able and confident and brave enough to speak what I feel in my heart and my mind, and you get an opportunity to hear it, it helps you to reinforce your own self belief and self conviction, and helps you to gear up, stand up, and say, no, what I think is what most of the other people think. And this is the biggest inoculation of self confidence that you could do by speaking straight from your heart and speaking what you truly feel, believe, and expect that you would love to follow and you would love to imbibe. So, practice what you preach becomes a sincerely respectable and sincerely worthy of following prophetic statement, which is my learning curve in this period of confinement. Another important thing that I wish to share is that please make an attempt to rediscover your hidden talents. Just yesterday, a colleague of mine from the med school sent me a couple of his video clips in which he has sung some old, very famous Hindi nostalgic songs. And the rendition has been so perfect. His voice is so soulful. And the manner in which he delivered, I was amazed. I was simply enthralled to know that my dear friend has such an hidden talent. The immediate involuntary response and the invocation from me, and the plea, the request, and the appeal from me to him was, please, this is an opportunity to rekindle that lost, hidden, or submerged talent, and give it free expression other than your profession as a doctor, as a very busy diabetologist to be precise. And this would really help you to find peace, tranquility, and relaxation in your life. Similarly, I've come across a lot of people who have decided to grab the pen and start scribbling their thoughts on pieces of paper. This is a wonderful motive. This is a wonderful initiative. And this, believe me, friends, is a wonderful way of expressing your creativity and simultaneously relieving your stress, relieving the pent up frustration, relieving, letting the steam out of the pressure cooker is the best way to, keep your, self cooking and brimming with confidence. I think, friends, God or Corona or a virus, a mere humble virus, has given us an opportunity to rediscover ourselves. Let's make the most of it. Make hay while the sun shines. Let not the hay be at the expense of others. Let it not be a financial opportunistic maneuver. Let it be a self-discovering, self-generating, self-promoting, and self-realization maneuver, because at the end of the day, after the lockdown is unlocked and the confinement is changed or altered to mingling, let us step out into the society and the world around us as much better, rejuvenated, revitalized, and you know, brilliant individuals. Thank you. This is my morning recording. I wish and I hope everybody is happy and safe. I'm going to make a wonderful lemonade out of the lemons that life is tossing at me currently, and I hope you do the same. God bless everyone.